Hello, my friends. We are on lesson 5 today of the workbook for A Course in Miracles. The workbook is the meat and potatoes. Strange analogy for a vegan to make, but nonetheless, this is where, let's use another analogy, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we practice. That the text gives us a beautiful theoretical foundation, but it's when we do the workbook lessons. Only one rule, one lesson per day. I've heard stories of people bragging, I have done the entire course in 6 months. The course gives you only one rule, one suggestion. Do one. Now, when you finish the year, when you've done 365 lessons, approach it intuitively, however it feels called for you to do so. But get in the, put in the grunt work, do the exercises, do the lessons, um, and get in that year and then see what happens. Right now, I'm on my third time through in 30 some years from beginning to end, 365 lessons. What I'll do next is what I've done in between, long periods of in between. I live it to the best that I'm able, and I review to make sure that I'm on track. Just the way I do it. You'll find yours. This is lesson 5. I am never upset for the reason I think. We see in lesson 1, we looked visually outwards and we realized nothing I see means anything. Lesson 2, we got a little more subtle. We're saying, I give everything I've seen, I've given it all the meaning that it has for me. Lesson 3, I do not understand anything I see. And then, most subtle still is lesson 4, these thoughts do not mean anything. Lesson 5, we're still working in that subtle realm. I am never upset for the reason that I think. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain. Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which will be perceived as differently. This is not true. However, until we learn that form does not matter, each form becomes a proper subject for the exercises for the day. Applying the same idea to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. When using this idea for today for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and the cause which you ascribe to it. For example, I am not angry at, you can name a person or an event, a situation, an object, for the reason that I think. I am not afraid of, same deal, for the reason that I think. You will rebel, by the way, at this, and you will say, I most certainly am upset with this person because they did this. Do the exercise. Don't have to squash the mental rebellion that shows up. Just notice it and do the exercise. When you protest, when you think otherwise, it's okay. Just do the lesson. I am not afraid. I'm not angry. I am not upset. I am not anything for the reason that I think. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for sources of upset in which you believe and forms of upset which you think result. So you can specifically name people throughout the course of the day as it occurs to you. But when you do these lessons, sit down quietly, search your mind for reasons, people, situations that you are upset, and then just say, I am not angry, I'm not upset, I'm not afraid, I'm not resentful for the reasons that I think. And we'll figure out together why this is so as the lessons proceed. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and avoid giving greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to precede the exercise with a statement, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to peace of mind. This is important. It's actually one of the core understandings for A Course in Miracles, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. From stubbing my toe to wrecking my car. Yes, there are greater repercussions for each, but for the peace of mind of which we're addressing right now, lack of peace of mind is lack of peace of mind is lack of peace of mind. Whatever is causing the disturbance is equal. Again, the circumstances, the events, the after effects, all of which are going to have greater or lesser weight. But for the purpose of this exercise, for the purpose of our peace of mind, to know this is vital. Then you examine your mind for whatever is distressing, regardless of how much or how little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's idea to some perceived sources of upset than to others. If this occurs, think first of this. I cannot keep this form of upset and let others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. Any form of upset that you keep, that you cherish, that you treasure, is of equal weight to any other for your peace of mind. So then you search your mind for no more than a minute or so and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you, regardless of the relative importance you may give them. Apply the idea for today to each of them using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it and the feeling as you experience it. Further examples: I am not worried about for the reason that I think. I am not depressed about whatever you name for the reason that I think. 3 or 4 times during the course of the day is enough. Thanks, guys. Any questions? Leave them in the comment. We'll be happy to answer. Come watch Cat and Jack and I live on Thursdays, 5:25. Just a yogi doing burpees in his basement. You know how to find me, guys. Spend some time with us. Ask some questions. Let's hang out. Love you guys.